So before we get started with all the building and stuff, I'd want to go over what we're doing. This is an early 1900s Fairbanks platform scale. This is my 1900s Fairbanks platform scale, and I don't really like it in this condition, so I want to do a little bit of work to actually get it back to normal. So I've had this thing for a few years, and I never really did anything with it other than just kind of storing it in different places around my room. And it actually took me a few years to even think about restoring this giant piece, so I guess I just felt like doing it now, so here it goes. So the hardest part is starting... Alright, darn it. So the hardest part of this project is actually getting it started, since we don't have anything to go off of other than the two big pillars and a few metal pieces we have. So I'm going to take a trip to my grandparents where they're actually storing my pillars for me, and we're going to take some measurements using another picture I found. And once we have those measurements, we can actually get started. So here it goes. After the measuring, we need to actually get the wood. Now the problem is they don't make wood in the dimensions we need, so we actually needed to just make our own board with what we had. So now that we have the board, we need to get ourselves some new tools.
All the stuff, Red. Yeah.
Heat. Want the fan auto?
That's finished and that's rough.
Well, to hear from you, you can reach it.
It's too small. I think we need 760. Try 760. It's awful nice to work on at the same time.
The next step is to measure and cut, but we didn't do all the measurements. We just did the measurements from one side to the other because we really didn't need anything else at the time. And then we brought up the saw and cut the sides, and we put them together for gluing.
Before you glued them?
Like sand them down or something? Now before we start gluing, we actually have to smoothen it out, so we put it in a planer, and we had a few problems with the planer at first. The first is we actually hooked it up to the vacuum wrong, so instead of the vacuum sucking up all the sawdust, it actually blew it out onto my foot. And then about 3/4 into the cut on the first board, it actually shut off because it was using too much power. So we had to restart the cable, but the second board went just fine.
Oh, that's gonna be pretty red. Oh my god.
This little line right here is where it shut off on us.
Where's that? Oh well.
Now we can actually start gluing. Now gluing was a little bit of a long task, but it was actually kind of fun. We actually found these really cool glue brushes at Lowe's, and they were really helpful in the process. It probably would work a lot better than most brushes. And so once we were done actually spreading the glue, we got to put them together, and we used a few new clamps we bought and clamped them together for about a week.
Cleaned up nice.